Oh, yeah.
Strangers on a Train, a psychological thriller from 1951, captivates audiences with its intricate plot and chilling character dynamics. The film unfolds when Guy Haines, a well-known tennis player, finds himself on a train where he meets Bruno Anthony, a quirky and unsettling stranger. As they converse, Bruno reveals a surprising depth of knowledge about Guy's life, sparking an unsettling connection between them. Bruno proposes a sinister exchange: if Guy helps him eliminate his father, he will take care of Guy's unfaithful wife, Miriam. This twisted scheme, built on the idea of swapping murders, seems flawless in its design, as it leaves no ties to link the two men. As the story progresses, tension mounts, revealing the psychological complexities of both characters and the moral dilemmas they face. The film not only explores themes of guilt and revenge, but also lays the groundwork for unexpected consequences that ripple through their lives.
That I could
Don't even say it.
After a brief slump in the late 40s, Alfred Hitchcock re-earned his standing among critics and audiences with Strangers on a Train. This film marked a significant return to form for Hitchcock, showcasing his mastery of suspense and psychological tension. The story revolves around two men who meet on a train and discuss an idea for a perfect murder, setting off a chain of events that spirals into chaos. Like most films from the master of suspense, Strangers on a Train is loaded with indelible images that linger in the minds of viewers long after the credits roll. The cinematography captures the tension and unease, while the darkly humorous dialogue adds a layer of complexity to the characters and their motivations. Each scene is crafted to delight, entertain, and shock moviegoers, revealing Hitchcock's ability to blend thrills with wit. The film's exploration of duality and moral ambiguity resonates deeply, making it a classic that continues to influence filmmakers and captivate audiences.
Here.
It's a woman's privilege to change her mind. Now I can buy me some pretty new clothes.
In Strangers on a Train, Alfred Hitchcock makes a brief appearance that fans of his work eagerly anticipate. His cameo occurs about 11 minutes into the film, where he is seen carrying a double bass as he climbs onto the train. This moment is a delightful nod to his audience, showcasing his playful nature. Hitchcock's approach to casting was equally significant. He believed that selecting the right actors could save a great deal of storytelling effort. When the audience can sense the qualities of the characters through the performances, it allows the narrative to unfold naturally without needing to explain everything in detail. This method of casting not only enhances the film's depth, but also engages viewers, inviting them to connect with the characters on a more instinctive level. Hitchcock's keen eye for talent ensured that the actors embodied their roles in a way that resonated with the audience, making the film more impactful and memorable.
Excuse me.
Hitchcock's vision for Strangers on a Train initially included William Holden in the role of Guy Haines. However, as he developed the film, Hitchcock recognized that Holden's strong and sturdy persona would not fit the character. Instead, he chose Farley Granger, whose softer and more elusive qualities brought a different dynamic to the role. Granger's portrayal allowed him to embody a character who seemed to be caught in a web spun by the manipulative Bruno, played by Robert Walker. This shift in casting was crucial, as Granger's performance effectively illustrated the tension and psychological struggle between the two characters. His ability to convincingly depict a man trying to escape from Bruno's controversial and dangerous influence added depth to the film. The contrast between Granger's character and Walker's unsettling presence created a compelling narrative that kept audiences on the edge of their seats. The film's exploration of themes like guilt, manipulation, and the complexities of human relationships was enhanced by Granger's nuanced performance, making it a classic in Hitchcock's filmography. The decision to cast Granger over Holden ultimately shaped the film's tone and impact, showcasing the importance of casting and storytelling. The chemistry between the characters and the psychological tension that unfolded became a hallmark of Hitchcock's suspenseful style, leaving a lasting impression on viewers and contributing to the film's status as a significant work in cinematic history.
Who's this? This is Mr. Turley, the chief of...
Warner Brothers had a strong desire to utilize their own roster of stars for the film Strangers on a Train, leading to the casting of Ruth Roman as Anne Morton. This decision was met with resistance from Alfred Hitchcock, who had his own vision for the character and was not particularly fond of Roman's portrayal. He found her bristling and lacking in the sex appeal he believed was necessary for the role. Despite Hitchcock's objections, Roman was more or less thrust into the role, which set the stage for a challenging dynamic on set. Throughout the production, Hitchcock's disinterest in both her character and her as an actress became apparent. This tension created an uncomfortable atmosphere, as Roman became the target of his scorn. Her performance was scrutinized under Hitchcock's critical eye, which affected the overall tone of her work in the film. The clash between the director's expectations and the studio's decisions exemplified the struggles that can arise in Hollywood when creative vision meets corporate interests. The resulting tension added a layer of complexity to the production, influencing not only Roman's performance, but also the film's final presentation. The behind-the-scenes friction serves as a reminder of the intricate relationships that shaped the filmmaking process. In the film Strangers on a Train, Casey Rogers, who portrayed Miriam, faced an unusual challenge due to Alfred Hitchcock's directorial choices. Despite having perfect vision, Rogers was required to wear thick eyeglasses that her character would typically use. This decision made her effectively blind during certain scenes, which added an interesting layer to her performance. The glasses altered her perception and interaction with the environment around her, creating a unique dynamic that viewers might not have considered. In the final scene of the American cut, Hitchcock envisioned a phone prominently placed in the foreground to enhance the visual storytelling. However, technical limitations meant that the production team had to construct an oversized phone to achieve the desired effect. This creative solution resulted in a striking visual trick that stood out in the film. The oversized phone not only drew attention but also contributed to the tension and drama of the scene, showcasing Hitchcock's innovative approach to filmmaking. The combination of Rogers' experience with the glasses and the oversized phone created memorable moments that continue to resonate with audiences today.
Yes, Guy, for your own peace of mind, of course, that you work here at the house for a few days.
In some posters for the film Strangers on a Train, Alfred Hitchcock cleverly inserted the letter L into the title, transforming it to read Stranglers. This playful alteration adds an intriguing twist to the marketing of the movie, hinting at the darker themes explored within the film. The clever use of language reflects Hitchcock's signature style, where every detail is crafted to engage the audience's curiosity and imagination. Additionally, the film features a daring stunt that has become legendary in cinematic history. A man crawls under a carousel, an act considered one of Hitchcock's most dangerous stunts. This thrilling scene was not achieved through trick photography. Instead, it was performed by a real carnival worker, showcasing the bravery and skill of those involved. The authenticity of this stunt adds a layer of realism to the film, immersing viewers in the tension and excitement of the moment. Hitchcock's commitment to practical effects and real-life performances helped to elevate the film's suspense and drama, making it a memorable entry in his illustrious career.
Father, it's getting terribly late. Guy looks so tired.
Hitchcock sought a notable writer for the screenplay of Strangers on a Train, aiming to elevate the film's prestige. He approached several esteemed authors, but they all turned him down. Eventually, he turned to Raymond Chandler, a celebrated mystery novelist known for his sharp dialogue and intricate plots. However, the collaboration between Hitchcock and Chandler was fraught with challenges. Their differing work styles created tension, leading to a rift between them. Chandler's approach to storytelling clashed with Hitchcock's cinematic vision, resulting in a lack of cohesion in their efforts. Ultimately, Hitchcock decided to move forward without using much of Chandler's material. Despite this, Warner Brothers recognized the value of Chandler's name as a marketing tool. They kept his credit on the film, believing it would attract audiences who admired his work. This decision highlighted the importance of star power in Hollywood, even when the creative contributions were minimal. The film was released with Chandler's name prominently featured, serving as a testament to the complexities of collaboration in the film industry.
They swap murders.
Swap murders.
Each fellow...
The screenplay for Strangers on a Train was primarily crafted by three talented women, highlighting a significant contribution to the film industry during a time when women's voices were often overlooked. Among these contributors was Alma Reville, who was not only a skilled screenwriter, but also the wife of the film's director, Alfred Hitchcock. Her involvement in the screenplay underscores the collaborative nature of filmmaking, and the importance of diverse perspectives in storytelling. Hitchcock's decision to purchase the rights to the novel was strategic, as he acquired them for a modest sum of $7,500. This low price reflected the author's status as a first-time novelist, allowing Hitchcock to capitalize on the opportunity to adapt the story into a cinematic experience. This acquisition set the stage for a psychological thriller that would captivate audiences and become a classic in the genre. The blend of Hitchcock's vision and the creative input from the women behind the screenplay contributed to the film's lasting impact and its exploration of themes such as duality and moral ambiguity. The film's narrative, enriched by their contributions, continues to resonate with viewers, showcasing the significance of their roles in shaping this iconic work. The adaptation of Strangers on a Train from novel to film brought several notable changes that enhanced the visual storytelling. One of the most famous elements introduced in the movie was the character with thick eyeglasses, which added a distinctive look and helped emphasize the tension between characters. Additionally, the runaway carousel became a pivotal scene in the film, heightening the suspense and drama in a way that was not present in the original book. Another significant change involved the monogrammed lighter, which played a central role in the film's plot. In the novel, this item was simply a book, but due to a deal with Ronson Lighters, the filmmakers decided to make this crucial switch. This alteration not only made the lighter a more visually striking and memorable object, but also created a tangible symbol of the character's fate and choices. These changes reflect how adaptations can reshape narratives to fit cinematic needs, while still maintaining the core themes of the original story.
Mightn't be any good, mister. Probably gone down a storm drain.
Storm drain. On the other hand, maybe it lodged on the edge. Don't they have a trap down?
In 1951, Carol Burnett found herself working as an usher in a theater, a job that allowed her to be close to the world of entertainment she loved. One day, she encountered a couple who were confused about the film they were watching. They had entered the screening late and were missing key parts of the story. With her friendly nature, she kindly advised them to see the movie from the beginning to fully appreciate its plot and characters. Unfortunately, her suggestion did not sit well with the management, and she was fired for her actions. This incident, while unfortunate, became a memorable part of her early career in show business. Many years later, as her career blossomed, and she became a beloved star, she made a special request for her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She wanted it to be placed right in front of that very theater where she had worked and faced that memorable dismissal. This act symbolized how far she had come in her career and served as a reminder of her humble beginnings in the entertainment industry. It also reflected her spirit and determination to succeed despite early setbacks. The story of her firing and subsequent honor illustrates the twists and turns of a career in show business, where every experience, good or bad, contributes to the journey.
We're going over a speech you'd made.
I was? I'm very sorry, Mr. Haynes.
Alfred Hitchcock's 1951 film Strangers on a Train, adapted from Patricia Highsmith's novel, intricately weaves a narrative of suspense and moral ambiguity through its exploration of duality and fate. The film opens with a chance encounter between two men, Guy Haynes, played by Farley Granger, and Bruno Anthony, portrayed by Robert Walker, during a train journey. Their seemingly casual conversation about exchanging murders quickly escalates into a dark and compelling plot that examines the nature of evil and the consequences of complicity. From the outset, the contrasting personalities of the two characters are vividly established. Guy Haynes, a professional tennis player, embodies respectability and ambition, aspiring to marry a senator's daughter. In stark contrast, Bruno Anthony is a troubled figure, marked by a history of expulsion from colleges due to his reckless behavior involving drinking and gambling. This dichotomy is not only a narrative device, but is also visually represented through the cinematography. Haynes is often shot from low angles, emphasizing his heroic stature, while Bruno frequently lurks in shadow, suggesting his sinister intentions. This visual storytelling enhances the film's thematic depth, underscoring the moral divide between the two men. The film's pivotal moment occurs when Bruno, interpreting their conversation as a genuine pact, murders Haynes' unfaithful wife. This act of violence propels the narrative into a tense exploration of guilt, manipulation, and the psychological ramifications of their fateful discussion. Haynes, initially oblivious to the seriousness of Bruno's intentions, finds himself ensnared in a web of deceit and moral dilemmas as Bruno relentlessly pursues him to fulfill the supposed bargain. The tension escalates as Haynes grapples with the fallout of Bruno's actions, reflecting the film's central theme, the intertwining of fate and choice. Visually, Strangers on a Train is a masterpiece of striking sequences that leave a lasting impact. The murder of Haynes' wife is chillingly depicted through the reflection in her glasses, creating a haunting moment that encapsulates the film's tension. Other memorable visuals include the ominous image of Bruno dwarfed by the Jefferson Memorial, symbolizing his isolation and moral corruption, and the unsettling scene at the tennis match, where all spectators follow the action except for Bruno, whose fixation on Haynes hints at his obsessive nature. These moments are not merely stylistic, they serve to deepen the psychological complexity of the characters and their relationship. The motif of doubles runs throughout the film, reinforcing the theme of duality. From the initial introduction of Haynes and Bruno as pairs of feet disembarking from taxis to the mirrored reflections in various scenes, Hitchcock cleverly plays with the idea of dual existence and the choices that define individuals. This recurring imagery invites the audience to contemplate the nature of identity and the thin line between good and evil as both characters navigate their intertwined fates. Despite its many strengths, some viewers may find fault with the pacing and the film's resolution. While many appreciate the brisk narrative that keeps the tension high, others argue that certain plot developments feel rushed or contrived, particularly in the final act. The resolution of Haynes' moral struggle and his eventual confrontation with Bruno can be seen as either a satisfying culmination of the story or an abrupt conclusion that leaves some threads unresolved. This divergence in opinion highlights the film's complexity and the varied interpretations it invites. Moreover, the performances in Strangers on a Train are noteworthy, particularly Robert Walker's portrayal of Bruno, which has been praised for its chilling intensity. His ability to embody the character's psychological instability adds layers to the film, making the audience question the nature of his villainy. Conversely, some viewers may find Granger's portrayal of Haynes less compelling, arguing that his character lacks the depth needed to fully engage with the moral quandaries presented. In conclusion, Strangers on a Train stands as a quintessential Hitchcock thriller, masterfully blending suspense with profound themes of duality and moral complexity. The film's striking visuals, compelling performances, and intricate narrative structure contribute to its status as a classic in cinematic history. While opinions may vary regarding certain aspects, the film undeniably leaves a lasting impression, prompting viewers to reflect on the darker facets of human nature and the choices that define us. Hitchcock's ability to create tension and explore psychological depth ensures that Strangers on a Train remains a relevant and thought-provoking work, resonating with audiences long after its release.
This is a murder.
Mrs. Anthony, you have to make him do something about this.
As the tension of Strangers on a Train fades and the credits roll, a new layer of intrigue beckons. What became of the talented individuals who brought this gripping story to life? The film's captivating cast, each with their own unique path, offers stories that are as compelling as the plot itself. From the enigmatic performances to the behind-the-scenes dynamics, the lives of these actors took unexpected turns after the final scene. Did they find success in new roles, or did they face struggles in an ever-changing industry? Join us as we delve into the fascinating journeys of the stars of Strangers on a Train. Discover the triumphs and tribulations that shaped their careers and personal lives, revealing how this iconic film influenced their futures. Prepare to uncover secrets and surprises that linger in the shadows of Hollywood, as we explore the real stories behind the characters that captured our imaginations.
Je parie vous la connaissez pas.
This is Mr. Anthony, a friend of Monsieur and Madame Darville.
Farley Granger's portrayal of Guy Haynes in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train remains one of his most memorable roles. Granger's performance captures the character's internal struggle as he becomes ensnared in a deadly game of manipulation. His expressive face conveys the torment and fear that accompany his entanglement with the sinister Bruno Anthony, played by Robert Walker. Granger's ability to embody a man caught between moral dilemmas and escalating tension highlights his talent and depth as an actor. After the film, Granger's career saw ups and downs. He starred in various films throughout the 1950s, but never achieved the same level of fame. Personal hardships marked his life. Granger faced struggles with his identity, coming out as gay in a time when it was taboo. He had a long-term relationship with actor and director Leonard Bernstein, which was fraught with challenges due to societal pressures and the need for secrecy. Granger also experienced financial difficulties and battled depression later in life, reflecting the darker aspects of his journey. In his later years, Granger found some peace, reflecting on his career and personal life. He remained active in theater and television until his passing in 2011. His legacy continues to resonate, particularly through his iconic role in Strangers on a Train.
Take this cab. It's getting late. And I got no. Oh, no.
Casey Rogers portrayed Miriam Joyce Haynes in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train. Her character is the unsuspecting wife of a man entangled in a deadly plot, showcasing Rogers' ability to embody vulnerability and tension. The role marked a significant point in her career, highlighting her talent in a suspenseful narrative crafted by Alfred Hitchcock. After the film's release, Rogers faced a tumultuous career, often overshadowed by personal struggles. Her marriage to actor and director Charles Bellamy ended in divorce, which led to a scandal that affected her reputation in Hollywood. She battled depression and financial difficulties, forcing her to take on various roles in television and film to stay afloat. In the 1960s, she found a degree of stability in her work, appearing in popular series like Peyton Place. However, her life was marked by tragedy when her daughter died in a car accident in 1974. This loss deeply impacted her, and she retreated from the public eye. The last known information indicates that Rogers lived a quiet life away from the spotlight until her passing in 2006. Her legacy remains tied to her haunting performance in Strangers on a Train, a reminder of the complexities of her life and career. Alfred Hitchcock's role as the man boarding the train carrying a double bass in Strangers on a Train is a subtle yet significant cameo that adds to the film's tension. Hitchcock's appearances often serve to heighten the sense of unease in his films, and this moment is no exception, hinting at themes of duality and the unexpected. His career was marked by a series of iconic films that delved into the darker aspects of human nature, showcasing his mastery of suspense. Beyond his cinematic achievements, Hitchcock faced personal hardships. His childhood was marked by a strict upbringing, which instilled in him a lifelong fear of the dark and a fascination with psychological manipulation. His marriage to Alma Reville was both a source of support and tension as he struggled with infidelity and obsessive tendencies. Scandals, such as accusations of sexual harassment against his leading ladies, shattered his legacy, complicating his public persona. In his later years, Hitchcock continued to create, but the industry began to change around him. He struggled with health issues, including obesity and a heart condition, which limited his ability to work. His last film, Family Plot, released in 1976, was met with mixed reviews, leaving a lingering question about his relevance in a new cinematic landscape. Hitchcock passed away in 1980, but his influence on film remains profound, with ongoing discussions about his complex character and the darker elements of his life and work.
Oh, where you put it all? Hey, this is good. Want the money, Doc?
Robert Walker's portrayal of Bruno Antony in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train left a haunting impression on audiences. His performance as the charming yet sinister character showcased his ability to embody darkness, making Bruno both captivating and terrifying. Walker's intense gaze and unsettling charisma brought a chilling complexity to the role, reflecting his own internal struggles. After Strangers on a Train, Walker's career faced challenges. He struggled to find roles that matched the depth he displayed in the film. His personal life was marred by turmoil, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Jennifer Jones, which ended in a highly publicized divorce. Walker battled mental health issues, and there were reports of his struggles with alcoholism. His life took a tragic turn when he died at the young age of 32 from an accidental overdose in 1951, shortly after the film's release. His legacy as an actor remains overshadowed by the darkness that surrounded him. Recent information about his life is scarce, but his role in Strangers on a Train continues to be a defining moment in cinematic history.
Darling, have you had dinner?
On the train.
Well, you haven't been in Metcalf all this time. We expected you hours ago.
I didn't.
Marion Lorne portrayed Mistress Antony in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train, a role that showcased her ability to embody complex emotions. Her character is a widow, steeped in sorrow and isolation, which mirrored Lorne's own life experiences. After the film, Lorne continued her career in television and theater, gaining fame for her role as Aunt Clara on the iconic series Bewitched. However, her life was not without hardship. Lauren faced personal struggles, including the loss of loved ones and the challenges of aging in a demanding industry. In the late 1950s, she dealt with a scandal involving her personal relationships, which affected her public image. Despite these challenges, she remained resilient, continuing to act until her health declined. Lauren passed away in 1968, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances. In her final years, she battled illness but maintained her passion for acting. The last known information about her life reflects a woman who, despite facing darkness, continued to shine in her craft until the end.
Take a ride, take a slide, take a trip with Master Zip. Cool tide here, this way, ladies.
John Doucette played Det Hammond in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train, a role that showcased his ability to embody authority and moral complexity. Hammond's pursuit of truth added a layer of tension to the film, highlighting Doucette's talent for portraying characters caught in moral dilemmas. This performance marked a significant point in his career, but it was just one chapter in a life marked by both professional success and personal struggles. Doucette's career spanned several decades, featuring roles in numerous films and television shows. However, his life was not without hardship. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his personal relationships and professional opportunities. Despite these challenges, he managed to maintain a steady presence in Hollywood, often cast as authority figures or tough characters, reflecting his rugged demeanor. In his later years, Doucette faced health issues that led to a decline in his career. He continued to work sporadically until his passing in 1994. His legacy remains as a talented actor who navigated the dark corridors of fame and personal demons. The last known information about him reflects a man who, despite his struggles, left an indelible mark on the film industry.
You waiting for me?
Yes, sir.
Penn Station.
Norma Varden portrayed Mistress Cunningham in Alfred Hitchcock's 1951 film Strangers on a Train. Her character, a seemingly ordinary woman, becomes entwined in a dark plot that unfolds around her. Varden's performance added depth to the film, showcasing her ability to embody complex emotions and subtle nuances. This role was one of her notable appearances, yet it was just a fragment of her long career in film and theater. Born in 1898 in England, Varden faced numerous challenges throughout her life. She moved to the United States in the 1920s, where she found success on Broadway before transitioning to film. Despite her success, Varden encountered personal hardships, including the loss of her first husband, which left her grappling with grief. She was also known for her strong personality, which sometimes led to conflicts with directors and producers. Later in life, Varden continued to work in television and film, but she faced health issues that impacted her career. She remained a private individual, rarely discussing her personal life publicly. The last known information about her dates back to her passing in 1989, leaving behind a legacy marked by resilience and talent.
Happened on an island in an amusement park. It was sort of a lover's lane, I believe.
Leo G. Carroll's portrayal of Senator Morton in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train is a significant moment in his career. His character, a powerful politician, embodies the tension and moral ambiguity central to the film. Carroll's ability to convey authority and underlying menace adds depth to the narrative, making him a memorable figure in a story filled with psychological intrigue. Born in 1886 in Wheaton, England, Carroll had a long and varied career in theater and film. He became known for his roles in suspense and mystery genres, often cast as characters with hidden motives or complex personalities. Beyond his professional achievements, Carroll faced personal challenges. He dealt with the loss of his first wife, actress and singer, who passed away in 1948, a tragedy that deeply affected him. His later years saw him battling health issues, including a serious illness that required hospitalization. In his final years, Carroll continued to work, but gradually faded from the public eye. He passed away in 1972, leaving behind a legacy marked by his compelling performances and the enigmatic characters he portrayed. His life, filled with triumphs and struggles, remains a testament to the complexity of the human experience. Ruth Roman portrayed Anne Morton in the 1951 film Strangers on a Train, a role that showcased her ability to embody a complex character caught in a web of deceit and danger. Anne is a strong, determined woman, navigating the unsettling circumstances that unfold around her. Roman's performance added depth to the film, contributing to its tense atmosphere. After Strangers on a Train, Roman's career continued, but she faced numerous challenges. She struggled to find roles that matched her talent, often being typecast in supporting parts. Her personal life was fraught with difficulties, including the tragic death of her first husband, actor and director William M.L.H. Billy Roman, in 1948, which left her a single mother. Roman also faced a scandal in the 1960s when she was linked romantically to several high-profile figures, which drew media scrutiny. In her later years, she moved to the stage and appeared in television shows, but her health began to decline. She passed away in 1999, leaving behind a legacy marked by resilience and talent. Her last known film was in 1984, but her impact on cinema endures.
To the match.
But darling, that'll be too late.
Didn't Bruno say I wanted him to go there one?
As we wrap up our look at the 1951 classic Strangers on a Train, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia for a film that has left a lasting mark on cinema. The performances by Farley Granger and Robert Walker brought to life a chilling story of fate, an obsession that captivated audiences then and continues to resonate today. The film's unique premise and Hitchcock's masterful direction challenged the norms of storytelling and left viewers questioning the nature of morality. For many, this film was a staple of their childhood, a thrilling watch that sparked conversations about right and wrong. Did you experience the suspense of Strangers on a Train when you were younger? What memories do you have tied to this iconic film? Perhaps it was a family movie night or a late-night viewing that left you talking about it for days. We invite you to share your stories and reflections in the comments below. Your memories are a vital part of the legacy of this film.
Oh, no. I have the best way and the best tools.